how you can create your personal brand as a leader and why it's so important for you to be doing that along the way, especially in the digital age that we live in. This is so key to ensure that you will be set as the workplace changes and the dynamics, how we do business, things change in the future. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Balanced Business Coach. My name is Tony Robinson and I am a life coach for leaders. I've spent the last 7.5 years working at an HR tech company, really learning the ins and outs of all kinds of different businesses in a ton of different industries, learning the efficiencies and inefficiencies of different businesses. I create content all about how to become a better leader, how to create more work-life balance, how to create a better company culture, and just in general, how to live your best life as a leader within an organization so that you can set the example for those who come after you. So if you aren't already, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so that you can get updated every time that I post. All of my contact information and handles are also down below in the description. Today, we are going to be talking about your personal brand as a leader. And a lot of times when we hear the word brand thrown around, we just kind of associate it with like content creators, influencer, things like that. But did you know that as a leader, you could also be creating your personal brand as you go through your career? And so today I'm going to talk to you about how you can create your personal brand as a leader and why it's so important for you to be doing that along the way, especially in the digital age that we live in. This is so key to ensure that you will be set as the workplace changes and the dynamics, how we do business, things change in the future. So having a personal brand as the leader of the company doesn't mean that you have to like have your own Instagram page or do all of these like setting out content all of the time. That's not what this is about. This is about establishing yourself as a leader and leaving a legacy behind that is going to make impact for everyone who comes after you. So with that being said, I want to go through several reasons why having a personal brand as the leader of a company is so important. Number one, it establishes trust and credibility. Having a personal brand and positioning yourself in a way that allows you to be seen as a professional within a company or as an individual. It establishes trust both internally with all of your employees, other leaders, anyone who works within the organization, and externally with clients, vendors, any partners you may work with. People are way more likely to engage with your company when they see that the company has strong leaders, when they see that the leaders within that organization have credibility and have a strong presence and have an impact on the organization. So establishing yourself and creating a personal brand for yourself professionally is super important to set you up for success, not only within the organization currently, but for any future opportunities as well. The second reason it's important to establish a personal brand as a leader within a company is because it lets people know what your leadership style and vision is. It helps communicate what you stand for, what your business values are, and your approach to different challenges and opportunities that you may come across. So this really helps other people to identify, oh, I align with her values or his values. Oh, I see myself in her. Oh, her vision is similar to my vision. So when you think about creating a personal brand for yourself and representing who you are, you're also establishing that for other people to be able to recognize she's the type of person who I need because I align with her vision and her values. Or she is the type of person I want to work with or work for because I align with the way she communicates, with the way she leads. So that is reason number 2. Number 3, and this one's kind of fun, but this allows you to be a differentiator in the marketplace. If you have a personal brand for yourself as a leader within a company, a lot of companies aren't focusing on that right now or encouraging their leaders to develop their personal brand. So if you have that presence in your workplace and in your network of people, individuals are going to identify you as a differentiator, something new, something exciting, something that they're attracted to. So developing your personal brand allows you to be set apart and stand out in the crowd. Reason number 4 is attracting talent. On platforms like LinkedIn in particular, or Glassdoor, when you establish yourself in your personal brand, it allows people to gravitate towards you if they align with the content and the information that you're putting out about yourself, what you stand for, what you represent as a leader. I know in my journey, when I was seeking work and trying to find a new job, anytime I had an interview with a particular leader, or if I was just trying to research the company, I would immediately go to their LinkedIn profile or try to find out as much about that person as possible. Number 1, to be able to ask them questions, but also to be able to see myself in them, see if I would want to work for that person, see if that was going to be a better work environment than what I had come from. So if you put yourself out there and let people see who you are as a leader, it can really bring a lot of awareness to talent in the workplace, which is really hard to find already, but it allows people to gravitate towards you and want to work for you. Number 5 is legacy building. So not everyone really cares about the legacy that they leave in the world, but most leaders do. So I'm sure that if you're here and you're listening to this video right now, you care about your legacy. You care what you leave behind. You want to leave every place that you go better than it was when you got there. And so building your personal brand allows you to leave that trail behind. It's your imprint that will never get erased, because you created it. If you are developing a personal brand on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Glassdoor, on any platform that allows you to share your voice and share your message, it will be left behind way past your tenure at any organization. And I'll tell you a little story. Where I came from before I became a full-time coach was a customer service SaaS-based company. So software as a service is what SaaS stands for. So we sold a software and we also provided service for the software, which means a lot of what we did was customer-facing work, a lot of customer service involved. So anytime you're in customer service, you're gonna run into situations where you get frustrated, you have someone who's frustrated with you. There's just difficult conversations or interactions that happen on a daily basis. And I was very steadfast in my belief that no matter what, I was going to treat people with respect. I was going to give my all, even if I wanted to do a per my last email, I was not going to do that. I was not going to be that person because I cared about the legacy that I was leaving behind. I knew that if instead of being short with somebody or putting a period instead of an exclamation mark, I knew that somehow, some way in the future that would reflect positively on me as a person, and it would open up doors for opportunity in the future. And it did. In fact, many of the people that I worked with in the SaaS company have also reached out to me asking for help with coaching, developing their leadership teams, and being a resource for them in a totally different capacity. But because I left that legacy and left that imprint on them, it made a huge difference when I decided to pivot. And I'm not saying that the only reason you should leave a legacy behind is in case you want to leave your organization. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is every single interaction that you have as a leader reflects who you are as a person as well. It's not all just professional. You never know what types of opportunities or blessings could come your way just by you leaving a positive legacy behind. Okay, reason number 6 is that it allows for continuous improvement. When you know that you're trying to leave a legacy, you're trying to develop your personal brand as kind of this shining light on who you are as a leader, it pushes you for growth. It pushes you to want to learn more so that you can continue to develop that personal brand, to continue to develop your leadership skills, to continue to develop what you have to share with your employees, with your other leaders that you work with anyone who is in your community. It really is just kind of a motivational factor in pushing you for that continuous growth. Number 7 is adaptability. The workplace is changing rapidly. And I'm really interested, and I've been thinking a lot about this lately, I'm really interested to see where we're going to be in the next 10 years, because I feel that the workplace is going to be drastically different. With AI, the surge of people leaving the workplace and doing more consulting and freelancing work and just starting their own businesses, people are going to need something to show for themselves. The fact that you have a personal brand shows that you are adaptable in the workplace and you are up to date on what's going on and you see the trajectory of what's going to be important. At a certain point in time, no one is going to use resumes anymore. They're already becoming kind of blah for people to look at. As soon as you get someone's resume, most recruiters I know, they're gonna go find your LinkedIn. In fact, they want your LinkedIn link on your resume. So your personal brand is literally going to be your professional resume in the future. People are going to reference that for everything. I guarantee you that your personal brand is going to be how people decide whether they want to be friends with you, whether they want to date you, whether they want to work with you, whether they want to work for you. All of these things that you put out are going to be an audit trail of your growth, your adaptability, and everything that you have stood for in the past and that you stand for now as a leader. So making sure that you regularly update your skills and accomplishments and keep up with letting people know what's going on with you is going to be so key when in the future that's what people are paying attention to. And then the last one, number 8, is personal fulfillment. Knowing that you are contributing something valuable and long-lasting is deeply fulfilling. It's so exciting to think about having this documented journey of your life. Think about how when our parents were kids, or their parents, a lot of people have nothing of their childhood. They might have, written journals or maybe a picture here and there, but we have an entire documentary for our lives across different platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube. We have documentation of what we did. So not only is it something that other people can use to identify themselves with us and align with our values and learn from us, but it's our shrine of accomplishments. It's our journey to look back on and say, look at how far I've come, look at everything that I did. And that to me is super, super cool. You don't want to get to the end and just have nothing to show for it, because in the future might be all you have. Your digital footprint may be all that you have. So there's a couple things that you can do to start building your personal brand. The first one is, of course, defining your brand. So what do you stand for? What are your strengths? What are you good at as a leader? What do you believe about leadership and about your company, about companies as a whole? What are you noticing in the workplace? What kind of things do you think about? What do you love to talk to your employees about? Those are what make your personal brand. A brand is not something that's like extravagant. It's just who you are. Your personal brand is you. So just starting to become aware of, what are the thoughts that I have about the workplace? What are the thoughts that I have about my team, and how do I handle certain situations? What am I really good at? Where could I grow? Those are the things that define your brand. Number 2 is developing a presence on social media. And you don't have to be across all platforms. You don't have to start a YouTube channel or make videos on TikTok. You don't have to do any of that. But starting to just share here and there on LinkedIn, or putting something out on Instagram, creating that digital trail is what's going to start creating awareness around you as a leader. Number 3 is networking and relationship building. So if you see other people within your organization who already have established a personal brand, start networking with them. Figure out how they started, what they do. If you like something that they've been doing and you notice that, let them know that. Start letting them know what your aspirations are. And if you don't have anyone within your organization, start seeking people outside of your organization and just kind of pay attention to what they do. See if you can get on a call with them and just kind of brainstorm back and forth and talk to them about what would be the best path for creating your personal brand. Aside from just having conversations about how to create your personal brand, talk to them about your thoughts. Talk to people in general about your thoughts. Start commenting on other people's posts. Start going into people's DMs and saying, hey, I noticed that you put this post on Instagram or LinkedIn or Glassdoor, and I just wanted to reach out and say, I think this might be helpful for you, and give them advice. That starts to establish credibility as well. Anytime you're networking or giving value to other people, that is going to be deeply impactful for your personal brand. Another thing you can do is regularly seek feedback from your employees or anybody else in your space, other leaders within your organization. This is going to help you to know where you need to develop, where you could get better, and it's just going to enhance yourself, your professional development, and then inherently your personal brand will improve as well. All right, so I hope this was helpful today. If I were to go back and do anything differently over the last 7.5 years, it definitely would have been to build my brand along the way. I didn't start posting actively to LinkedIn or establishing myself as a leader outside of my organization until really recently. And while I did establish credibility and trust as a leader within my organization and within my network of clients that I worked with, I think I hindered myself and kind of did a disservice to the people around me because I wasn't talking about all of the things that I was thinking. I wasn't talking about all of the things I was learning. I was only making an impact on a small scale, whereas if I would have been posting, if I would have been showing all of me to my network on LinkedIn or Instagram, which are the two platforms I use the most, I think it would have been better for everybody. It would have made my transition out of my company a lot easier. But aside from that, I think it truly would have improved the lives of my clients and my employees as well, because I was putting things out that we didn't necessarily get to have conversations about during meetings or just in passing. So those are my tips for you today on building a personal brand. I really hope this was helpful and impactful for you. If you have any questions at all or want to connect with me, all of my information is down below in the description. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share if this was helpful for you. I really appreciate you being here. Until next time, take care.